FastMCP 3 implements dynamic resource discovery through the SkillsDirectoryProvider, a specialized FastMCP provider that transforms local skill directories into MCP-accessible resources. This provider pattern enables real-time skill management by exposing directory contents as standardized MCP resources, allowing clients to discover and retrieve skill files programmatically. The upcoming code snippet demonstrates how to initialize a SkillsDirectoryProvider with reload functionality enabled, ensuring that any modifications to the skill directory are immediately reflected in the resource listings. By configuring the provider with a specific root directory and setting reload equals true, the system will dynamically rescan the directory on each request, maintaining synchronization between the file system and the MCP resource interface.
From PassLib import path. From FastMCP server provider's skills, import SkillsDirectoryProvider. Provider equals SkillsDirectoryProvider. Roots equals path, home/Claude/skills. Reload equals true.
This code demonstrates the FastMCP provider pattern for dynamic skill management, specifically configuring a SkillsDirectoryProvider with reload enabled. The provider is initialized to scan the / Claude/skills directory, treating each subdirectory with a skill MD file as a discoverable skill resource. By setting reload equals true, the provider will rescan the skills directory on every request, ensuring changes to skills are immediately reflected without requiring a server restart. The reload mode is particularly useful during development when skills are being actively edited or tested, as it eliminates the need to restart the server for changes to take effect. However, this comes with a trade-off. Each request incurs the overhead of rescanning the directory, which can impact performance in production environments with frequent requests. This approach leverages the FastMCP provider pattern to dynamically expose local skill directories as MCP resources, making them accessible to any MCP-compatible client while maintaining flexibility for development workflows. Let's break it down.
From PassLib import path.
Imports path from the PathLib module for cross-platform file system path manipulation.
From FastMCP server provider's skills, import SkillsDirectoryProvider.
Imports the SkillsDirectoryProvider class from the FastMCP server provider's module, which enables access to AI agent skills stored in directory structures as MCP resources.
Provider equals SkillsDirectoryProvider.
Creates a SkillsDirectoryProvider instance and assigns it to the variable provider. This provider will expose agent skills from their respective directories as MCP resources, making them discoverable and accessible to clients. The specific configuration parameters aren't visible in this line, but the provider will handle the discovery and serving of skill files.
Roots equals path, home/Claude/skills.
Constructs a file system path pointing to the user's home directory, then into the Claude subdirectory, and finally into the skills subdirectory. This creates a path object representing the standard location where Claude stores agent skills on the local system.
Reload equals true.
Enables reload mode for the provider, causing it to rescan the skills directory on every request. This ensures changes to skills take effect immediately without requiring a server restart. The SkillsDirectoryProvider exemplifies FastMCP's provider pattern by dynamically exposing local skill directories as MCP resources. By configuring it with a root path and enabling reload mode, the provider bridges the gap between file system-based skill storage and MCP's standardized resource interface. The path home construct ensures cross-platform compatibility, while reload equals true prioritizes development flexibility over production efficiency. This setup transforms static skill directories into a live, queryable resource layer, demonstrating how FastMCP providers abstract away implementation details while maintaining real-time synchronization between local files and MCP clients. The trade-off between immediate updates and request overhead becomes a deliberate design choice rather than a limitation.
The SkillsDirectoryProvider scans Claude skills only to find its own shadow in the file.